hello. How are you out there? I'm happy to be in the presence of the lovely Kenya, and she's been trying to catch up with me for a little while now. And well, I do a lot of interviews with students from the university, and so she just happens to be one of them, and I'm delighted to sit here and try to answer some of these questions that she will be addressing me with.
Yeah, so I haven't known Mr. Percy, but I've been seeing him for like the past 5 years because I work at Checkers, and I didn't know who he was at all. At one point, I knew that he was like the leader of the Saxons, but I wasn't sure who he was. But since I started my music course, I figured that, well, I found out that he was the Saxons superstar and the king of Junkanoo. And all that time he was underneath my nose and I didn't know it. So my first question here for Mr. Percy is, what inspired you to pursue your career?
Let me just say that this is not a career.
Okay.
All right. I was born an artist. All right. And my father, the late Reverend Dr. Earl Francis, saw my potential at the age of 5, and he started to pay a lot of attention to me. And in that regard, he sent me to a little art school in St. Agnes schoolroom, right off Market Street there. It was on line with St. Agnes Church. And the tutor there was Don Russell, who was a Bahamian who lived in New York. And he came home after he had retired. He came home to teach art, and I happened to be one of his students. He taught me how to sketch, and most of the top artists in the country were attending that same school with me.
Okay, so one question, is the school still there?
No, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that was quite some time ago. And most of the renowned artists today, like the Brent Malones and the Burnside brothers, Eddie Minnis, and people like that. And I became leader of the group. By then, we were called the Saxons. By that time, that would have been 1965.
1965.
We got the name Saxons from a group from East Street and a group from West Street that came together and formed a coalition, right? And we became the one group. And John Ragnar Munnings was the leader of the West Street group, while Phil Cooper was the leader of the East Street contingent. And they both declared me to be leader shortly after that. Our first costume coming out of West Street was the Saxons. It was a costume. And I saw it, and I made some adjustment to it. I actually did a brand new helmet, because I didn't like the helmet that I saw they had. I didn't like the colors. All right, and so I just went ahead and redid. So I did some tweaking. I redid the helmet, and when all the boys from West Street saw the helmet that I made, they all began to come to Mason's Edition. Okay. See, and that's how that whole thing evolved.
Okay, so were you ever challenged by anyone or any personal challenges you might have had along the way?
As leadership, no, I never had any challenges. I think the greatest challenge was to get people to understand the importance of what we were trying to achieve as an organization. Bring about an organization that where we bring hope to all of our young men.
Okay, so outside of Junkanoo and art, do you have any other hobby that you like or that you do? Or just
I am basically an all-around artist. Not just Junkanoo really is at the forefront, but I'm a songwriter and singer. All right.
Can you name a song?
And I wrote my first song in 1972, which was called Jumbay Village. Na 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 na. People, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. The song was written about the village itself that Edmund Moxie had started on the site of the National Insurance Building now. And he was a cultural activist, and he started this venture whereby he wanted to develop the culture of the Bahamas. And he started out in the Grove with Coconut Grove Avenue Coconut Grove Avenue coming almost straight into the village itself, right? And he had a song competition, of which I entered. I know I had the best song. I had my little rake and scrape band, and I didn't win. In fact, I didn't even place. But I can tell you this: Jumbay Village was playing all over the country for the last almost 5 years straight, and then everybody was saying, "Wow, this should have been the winning song." But be that as it may, I paint. I'm a portrait artist as well, so I paint. I had a couple of exhibitions in the past. I don't do much of it, but that was something I really, really liked. I also like acting, because I did a lot of acting in church. Most of the church plays, I learned these books. I talk about from memory. I know when I coming in, I know who coming in after me. I know what I wearing. I know what scene I can be in. That's how good I was. I was hoping that I could have been the next Sidney Poitier, but I took a different route.
Okay, so what is your most memorable project?
I remember very young as a boy, I think I might have been around 10 maybe, and I used to go around the window shopping was a big thing in our life. On Bay Street, we used to do a lot of window shopping. We used to go and look to see what it is you want to buy for Christmas, or what you want to get for a gift, or whatever the case may be. But there was this particular shop called the Coral Reef, which had these conch shell lamps, all right? And so, people making conch salad and all that, so I'll go and get these shells. And then they had an array of other shells that I'll go over at Long Wharf Beach, Junkanoo Beach now, and I'll go and I'll dive my shells, the very nice little.
Okay, so you got the last. Okay, so my last question here is, do you have a plan to retire? And if so, when?
I don't have no plans, absolutely none, of retirement, because I am not the man who's gonna sit in my rocking chair, right, and rock my rest of my life away. As long as I live, I want to be an integral part of the cultural product, all right? And Junkanoo is something that you don't retire from that. You gotta go home from there. You know what I mean? And so I don't have any plans of retirement, I might as well tell you.
So one more question. Does anybody sponsor your group?
Oh yeah, we have a major sponsor now, Sun Oil, which was formerly Shell Bahamas. It's a Shell product, and Sun Oil has been contributing to us for about 3 decades. It's Sun Oil now, but it was Shell Bahamas formerly. But